with Kevin Burke and Doc Wyatt, or do you prefer being Chris or Doc?
Doc Wyatt.
All right, Doc Wyatt. And I do have to ask up top, where's the doc come from? Do you hold a medical degree?
I don't hold a valid medical degree, but no, it's a nickname from grad school. I was, I guess, a little bit of a know-it-all, and so they call me Doc. But I also had crazy hair, kind of like.
We were in grad school together. He definitely had more of a mad scientist look than he has today, and hence the Doc nickname. He looked like someone who would be called Doc that may or may not try to invent time travel. These were the kind of aspects that we thought about him back then. So,
but I also, when I started working in the entertainment industry, sort of after getting, that's what everybody called me Doc anyway, but after getting out of school, I got my first IMDb credits, and I was Chris Wyatt 7. There were already 6 working Chris Wyatts in the entertainment industry, so I had to shed the Chris.
Okay. Well, thank you for indulging me on that question. We are here, of course, to talk about Transformers BotBots. So my first question on that is, how did this come together? Did Hasbro approach you, or you went to Hasbro and said, we got this crazy idea?
It's an interesting way this one did come together. Doc and I, have done some shows for Hasbro and with Netflix, but we were working on Rescue Bots Academy, Transformers Rescue Bots Academy, and the BotBots toys were just being designed, just coming out, and we were working on another show and saw these designs and looked at each other and were like, this needs to be a show. How is this not a show already? And so we went up to, to our executives and was like, we want to make a show about this. This is hilarious. This is looks like it could be a great corner of the Transformers world, the first Transformers comedy ever. Let us make a show based on these toys. And they were immediately enthusiastic. We came up with a take. Netflix was completely on board, and now we have Transformers BotBots. But it came from toy first. It came from us playing with toys and wanting to see a TV show about this.
Well, it's clear. Without a Toys R Us, I did not realize these had been toys already. So that's really cool. You have written a lot of different shows, mostly for younger audiences, even with Transformers. But this is the first. It feels like you mentioned first comedy, and it's really a kids' comedy. Is there a challenge you had in shifting voices from even Rescue Academy to this?
I don't know if there's a challenge. I think it certainly was. I mean, it was our design. We had done a lot of comedy in shows. We did a series of Rocket and Groot comedy shorts that were a lot of fun, and we had not run a show that was a straight up comedy and really wanted to, because we find comedy in a lot of stuff. And so no, it was pretty much, we could have pitched this as a preschool show. We could have pitched it as something older, but we wanted to make essentially an all ages comedy show, something that would be along the Pixar realm that combined the Transformers world with the world of sitcoms that we love so much, and finally make that show. So it was not a struggle. It was actually a joy to write this show.
Okay. You did hit a few satirical notes in the episodes I've watched. The influencer culture, I don't know why it always makes me laugh when somebody takes shots at it, but led by the BotBot known as FOMO. When you're writing this, you say family comedy, really, how hard is it to strike the balance between, hey, kids are going to like this, and some of this is going to go right over their heads?
Well, we do. I mean, we spend time thinking about it. Like, as we are writing and as we're crafting the episodes, we do think, I mean, it's okay for stuff to be targeted at parents too, but we do spend time thinking, like, is this starting to feel too old? Is this starting to feel like it's not for the audience that we're gearing it towards? And we're very careful about balancing that. We've worked in children's television for a while, so we have sort of a good sensibility about our audience. And it's just about, we work together, we bounce things off each other, we bounce things off the freelance writers that work for us in the writers' room, and just, try to strike that chord.
Okay. Yeah. And I think with these toys, we may be seeing the first food-based robots in the Transformers universe. So, how deep do those implications go, and how uncomfortable has that made food courts for you?
Well, it is haunting and existentially dangerous, yes. But we're willing to brave those dangers.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the aspects of the show is to go back to the core idea of Transformers, which is robots in disguise. Anything you see could be a secret robot. and that there's secret robots everywhere. And so that means you go to the store, you go to the mall, you may be seeing robots on the shelves. It also means that, you know, Burgertron, for instance, one of our leads, he's made out of burger. Do you know what I mean? This isn't, you know, in the same way that, say, Bumblebee is made out of, you know, metal and all the car parts. You know, Burgertron, you know, his knee joints are made out of burger material, right? His body. So you could ostensibly bite into Burgertron, and it's not like you're biting into metal. You know, you would be biting into Burgertron, and so yeah, that creates a little bit of a terrifying. Yeah,
I found it disturbing. Yeah. And I was thinking that my son, when he was little, had McDonald's had done some. So I just thought, well, this was only a matter of time before will we see a Transformers fast food restaurant?
Well, and it's not just, you know, in this mall, there are squads that all the different bots belong to, you know, whether you are like the gamer geeks, you know, like they're somebody that they're all video game sort of things or tech based, you know, there is a sports store, there's the food court, right? There are a number of different squads based on the type of store that it is. So it's beyond just food, you know, there's a lot of different things you thought you might never see into a transforming robot.
And you mentioned you two have worked together quite a bit, and it sounds like it goes way back. You know, what makes this partnership tick?
What makes it tick? I don't know. We grew up in very different parts of the country, but we grew up reading the same comics, watching the same movies, like loving the same TV shows. You know, we both started in the entertainment industry by making little, you know, using video cameras to make shorts and make little things, you know, and so even though we sort of have different geographical backgrounds, we sort of had a similar geek culture background. And so when we started working together, it was like we were speaking a shorthand. You know, we could refer to particular issues of Sandman, and we would instantly both know what the other was talking about, you know, or certain frames of Star Wars, you know, or certain, you know, episodes of shows that, we shared in common. So we have this sort of shorthand, and that helps, you know, break stories.
And I think we have a similar experience enough, you know, again, that shorthand, that love of stories, the enthusiasm for stories. Also, you know, we both like to work, you know, we very much like telling stories. You know, this is just in our nature. But we're also different enough that, you know, we're not the same person. It's not like two of the same person. So we bring different things from our experiences to this partnership that has been both rewarding and a lot of fun. And Doc and I both get enthusiastic by telling stories. So the more we write together, the more we want to write together, you know, the more stories we want to tell.
And you worked across Hasbro, but you mentioned doing Disney and Marvel things. You've worked on 2 different Spider-Man series. Are there any properties, since clearly your geek knowledge goes way back, you know, is deep, are there any properties you'd love to tackle that you just haven't had a shot at yet?
That's a good question, because there was a period of time in which we had done so much Marvel, and we'd written a Batman story, and we'd done some Transformers, and I remember thinking, well, you know, Star Wars is the one we haven't done, and so I can come home and enjoy Star Wars as just a fan. But then we started doing Star Wars as well, so then we're in that. And I'm trying to think what is left. I mean, there's definitely a lot of different franchises, you know, different worlds we love, such as, you know, Back to the Future is a fun space. You know, the Terminator series is a fun space. The Alien series is a fun space. I don't know.
Which would be a great kids cartoon.
Which would be a great kids cartoon, yes. Yeah. Well, and Planet of the Apes, we've even talked about at different times. But I don't know we've been extremely fortunate to do series in genres that we love, in shows that we love, but also have been able to do original programming, you know, some of our own new ideas, or some shows that didn't exist before, such as Stretch Armstrong or Super Dinosaur, or things we've done. So I don't know if there's any, what is left. What is the white whale that we need to find here, Doc?
Well, there are a couple characters I would love for us to work on. I don't want to say them because I think we have a shot at them, and I don't want to tip the hat, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is that I would love to write a Scooby-Doo mystery. I've always enjoyed the mystery aspect of Scooby-Doo, and I'd love to do a Scooby-Doo mystery. And maybe one day we will.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for taking the time and for those watching, Transformers BotBots starts on March 25th on Netflix. Fun show for the family. So, Doc, Kevin, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any Fanboy Planet video content. And remember, use your powers for good.